Hello, hello, hello. Okay, y'all, I am having a bit of a snow day today, so I thought I would sit down and chat with y'all. It is actually snowstorming outside, so this is my first taste of that real Chicago winter that everyone has been warning me about. I woke up this morning and went outside to go to my yoga class, and the wind hit me in the face. It was intense. First of all, I could barely even open up the door to get out of my apartment building, but then I turned the corner in between two buildings and the wind just like smacked me in the face. My knees like buckled behind me and I like slid on the snow. It was wild, honestly. I've never experienced anything quite like it, and this is just the beginning of January. Apparently this goes well into March. So that Chicago winter that everyone has warned me about is upon me. But a snow day means that I do get to sit down and chit chat with y'all, so this is exciting. Then right before the new year, I posted a story. It was a picture of like my vision board and a video of me on YouTube, and I just said 1 year on YouTube, 500 subscribers, feeling really grateful. And the way that I felt before I posted that story and the way that I felt after that I posted that story, I had so much anxiety, like so much anxiety around posting that. And it really got me thinking, because I was sitting there like, why? When I'm in the confines of my own four walls and thinking about it to myself, like I'm really proud of hitting that 500 subscriber mark. I'm really proud of sticking with YouTube and being consistent on it for a year. So why do I feel so much anxiety about sharing this with my followers? And it made me realize that I have a really tough time celebrating my own wins, especially my small wins. So I realize this even when people are talking about something that I'm doing, or talking about my channel, or talking about the content that I make, or talking about something going on in my life. Like whenever people are trying to congratulate me or give me praise, I always kind of like shrug it off. Like, oh, it's like not that big of a deal, or oh, thank you, but like it's not, like let's not, or like, oh yeah, I've done this before, it's like not a big deal. I try to like minimize it, and it's made me realize just how much of a problem I have with giving praise to myself and like accepting my accomplishments and being proud of my accomplishments. And it's something that I really want to work on this year, because I think that part of my learning to be happy and present in the moment and enjoy the life that I'm living right now, and not only focus on the life that I want to create and build, while that's awesome, living in the right now and being okay with the right now and content with the right now and proud of the right now. Part of that, I think, is me learning how to be proud of all of the milestones that I hit and be proud of my small wins just as much as I am proud of my big wins. And that seems to be really tough for me. And I was thinking about kind of like how I grew up in my past and whatnot. And like I come from a very competitive background. Sports were a massive part of my life, my entire life. My dad is incredible as of a leader and role model as he is. He was very like, you always got to do your best, be on level 100. That's how he is as a person. And it definitely got instilled in me, and I don't take it for granted how incredible that is of a trait to have, because I do think that it has made me the way that I am today. But I do think that it has given me this like little bit of a complex of like, gotta be the best, and if I'm not the best, then what is there to celebrate? And that is something that I'm really trying to rework in my brain, because I was so anxious posting this 1 year and 500 subscriber mark, because I was worried in my head that people were gonna look at that and be like, why is she celebrating 500 subscribers? There's people with 1 million subscribers. There's people with 100,000 subscribers, 300,000, 500,000. Why is she celebrating 500? Like, that's nothing. And I also think that it's so crazy how much I think other people care about what I do. And I really don't think people care that much about what I'm doing as I think they do. Like there's like a little voice in my head that says that people sit at home on their phones and just like are like, haha, wow, look at her, or like, let's go look and make fun of what she's doing. And like, maybe it's on a little bit of my own narcissism that I think people care about me that much. But yeah, I definitely felt an immense amount of anxiety around celebrating this small win, and I do think that even me posting this and keeping it posted was a small win for me, because that is me kind of overcoming that fear of what other people think and what other people say, and just kind of doing what I want to do regardless of how I think it's going to be perceived by others or received by others. And that is something that I really, really, really want to be aware of, focus on, and try to correct this year, is learning how to be proud of myself every step of the way. Because I think that learning how to celebrate those small wins and rejoice in my accomplishments is going to make hitting those big goals even more enjoyable. And I hear so often people talk about all of these stories of people that have it all and are still so unhappy, have it all and are still so unhappy. And I think one of the ways that we can kind of try and keep that from happening is learning to be happy with the journey. And I think that this is part of learning to be happy with the journey, because you can always want more. There's always more to be had. There's always another goal to reach. There's always another milestone you can hit. But if you're always reaching, are you ever going to be happy with where you're at? And that's kind of where my headspace has been, is that I want to be happy with my life at every stage of my life. And if I'm always wanting more and always feeling like I should be doing better, or I could be doing this, or I could be doing that, or why have I not hit this milestone, or why am I not here? It's good to have that drive and that want for those bigger goals and those big things, and always be working towards something more and not to be complacent in life. But I'm also really, really trying to work on being present in my life and being happy with my life where it's at. And I think that posting that story just like really highlighted this issue for me. I always knew that I was a little standoffish about talking about my accomplishments, but I didn't realize how much anxiety it gave me until I was doing something as silly as posting a story, and it gave me so much anxiety. And I realized that this is something I really need to work on, and that I really need to be aware of in my life when this is happening. So this year I'm going to really try to make a goal of celebrating those small wins, telling people about my small wins. I also have a habit of keeping things to myself when I'm working on things or moving in a direction or working towards a goal. I tend to keep my accomplishments to myself, because why do other people need to know? Why do other people need to know? Like, I'm not where I want to be, so why even celebrate it at all? And I understand where that mindset comes from. I'm more competitive with myself than I ever am with other people. Like, I always think that I could be doing better, or that I could be reaching for more, or that there's more out there for me. And I think that that is such a good foundational trait to have, but I also can't let it rob me of my happiness in the moment, and rob me of my happiness with the journey and what I'm working on. And that is what I'm really trying to go for this year. So I think that was a good kind of eye-opening moment for me, and I just wanted to share it with y'all, because I feel like this is more common than we even realize, and I didn't even realize that it was as big of an issue as it was for me. But I think we would all benefit from finding happiness and rejoicing in our wins, whether they be big, small, whether they feel minuscule or whether they feel massive. Like, if we can learn to celebrate ourselves and celebrate our accomplishments and just celebrate us winning, then I think that it will make us even more capable of celebrating that for other people and enjoying those big milestones when we hit them. I think that's going to make it all the more sweeter, and just enjoy the journey and enjoy the ride that is life. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all on this snow day. While it's nice and gross outside, I figure I'd sit down and once again share my stream of consciousness with you all. So thank you so much for joining me again. If you haven't already, be sure to check out my 75 hard journey. I am documenting every single day, and then every week I'm documenting my prep process as well as reviewing the week before. So if you kind of want to know what's going on outside of just these talks that we have, those are really good videos to watch. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you back next time.